Hey folks, Bardo here. You know, one of the most important aspects of Forge of Empires that it seems like hardly anyone talks about is having an awareness of what level of achievement do you need to reach in order to play the game in the way that you want to play it. I mean, I'm talking GBG military stats, QI stats, Forge points, etc. So today, we're talking about the law of diminishing return as it relates to the game. All right, let's go. Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for hopping on. You know, it's been a little while since my last video. I mean, probably the longest stretch yet. Now, hopefully y'all didn't give up on me. Yeah, life's been a little wild with work and some family medical stuff, but it feels great to be making another video, and I hope you find some value in this one. And hey, because it's been a minute, I'm going to keep this one short and sweet, but hopefully you'll find that it's very meaningful. So, a couple of GBG rounds ago, we hit the championship round. I mean, our guild, along with the other top three, battling it out hard. Now, we won decisively, but it demanded pretty much everything from pretty much every member of the guild for 11 straight days. I mean, seriously, most of us set a lot of personal records, you know, in the number of fights, attrition levels, you name it. But this was a great experience for me for many reasons. I mean, yeah, it was a lot of work, took a lot of time, it was a lot of fun too. But the thing that was perhaps the most valuable to me is that it showed me that, you know, for the most part, I'm at a place in the game in which I can accomplish what I want to accomplish in the game with what I have. In other words, I feel like I'm at a place in the game where I'm kind of wondering if maybe it really isn't going to do me much good to continue to push my military stats further and further and further. Now, that particular round, I had 7,555 fights, which comes to about 687 fights a day. Now, I think my max attrition was about 170 or so, which was also a record level for me. You can see on the screen here, 7,555. Okay, that placed me at number 29 in our guild. But even though there were 28 players that had more fights than me, and number one, for example, you can see, had more than double my number of fights. But you know, here's the kicker. You know, I was completely content. I mean, I felt like I had contributed exactly what I wanted to contribute, and I was very satisfied with the amount of time that I devoted. And that got me to thinking pretty seriously about this. I found myself thinking, how important is it for me going forward to be able to do more than that, right? How important is it for me to continue to push my military numbers to get to the point where I can do 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 fights or more in a single season? I mean, do I even want to do that? Honestly, I mean, at this point in my life, I don't think I want to do that. Now, for the players that do, oh my gosh, I applaud them. Like I said, there were 28 members of my guild that had more fights than me, and I am super glad about that. I mean, it is why we are hands down the number one guild here on our server here in Langendorn. You know, I've played this game for the better part of 5 years now. And pretty much the whole time, my mindset has been pretty much, I mean, every single day, my mindset has been, of course, to improve those military numbers every single day. You know, just get a little bit better. And that's probably how most people approach this game, right? But I think I've reached a point where I'm experiencing a bit of a paradigm shift in that regard. I mean, I've been thinking about the law of diminishing return. For the first time in the game, I've been thinking about this concept and how there is value in understanding and like having an awareness of what level you want to be at in order to play the game the way you want to play it. for it to fit your style of play. And I think that's the key right there. That's the key to achieve a level of power in the game that fits your play style. The law of diminishing returns. You know, I'm a runner, and a few weeks ago, I ran it was either my 24th or my 25th half marathon. And I set a PR for one of those courses. I trained really hard to prepare, and the results in that instance rewarded those efforts. I mean, it was great. It really felt awesome. But I was thinking about it in this way. What if I would have over-prepared? What if I would have pushed my training too hard and injured myself? You know, if I would have had just a few more hard training runs, and the next thing you know, I've pulled something. There is a law of diminishing returns. Now, I don't think I'm going to be hurting myself in Forge of Empires. Well, I mean, I guess I could get carpal tunnel from all the GBG clicking. But, it is very possible to do more in Forge of Empires than I really need to do in order to enjoy the game the way I want to enjoy it. So I'm at a place where it's a really interesting feeling about the game. Because really, what am I striving for at this point? What does the end game look like for me? You know, I'm not completely sure. I mean, in some ways, it feels very, very satisfying. And in other ways, I'm not sure what to focus on going forward. I mean, as these event buildings and QI reward buildings, they get better and better and stronger. But how important are these improved buildings to me now compared to how I needed them and how important they have been in the past? So the thing is, I mean, I think there is a lot of elite and advanced players in the game right now who have found themselves in a similar situation, you know. And what does this mean for the future of the game for players like me? I mean, honestly, I really don't know. I just don't know. But it's cool though. It's cool because I still enjoy the game, or I wouldn't keep playing it every single day or making these videos. But the point of this video isn't to give you the answers. Like, that's not what this video is, right? It's to get you thinking. What level of power, what level of achievement do you need to reach to comfortably play Forge of Empires the way that you want to play it? This is different for everyone, and that's perfectly fine, right? Like, we all have different goals. We all have different amounts of time we want to spend on the game. But I think it's healthy and I think it's smart to spend some energy thinking about this. I think there's some real value in identifying where you are with all of this. There's real value in identifying your sweet spot in Forge of Empires. All right, so I think that's going to wrap this up. I mean, if you found any value here, please hit that like button. You know, it really helps the channel, and it is the polite thing to do. And if you're not subscribed yet, please consider it. I mean, I am closing in on 2,000 subs, and it would be totally awesome to hit that milestone with your help. So again, thanks for joining me, and as always, forge on, my friends, forge on.